Weathering is a scratching, scuffing, tarnishing, damaging, or otherwise aging of a lightsaber hilt. And the intention of weathering is just to make the hilt look used. So make the hilt look battle-worn, or just make the hilt look like it's not brand new, right out of the lightsaber factory, so to speak. So that's definitely a strong appeal. It adds a lot of character to the hilt, especially if somebody does the weathering themselves. You know, there's so many different ways you can weather a hilt, but you can add like every little scratch, every little tarnish yourself, and kind of envision a different battle, you know, where the saber picked up that different mark. Because that's what would happen in real life, right? If a character, a Jedi or a Sith, if they were carrying around the lightsaber, you know, their entire life, they're probably going to pick up little nicks and scratches and tarnishes and things like that along the way. So that's one of the appeals of weathering, I think. It adds character to the hilt, and it sort of tells a story, and it makes the lightsaber feel used rather than new. And that also kind of lines up with George Lucas's original philosophy for the original trilogy, where, you know how he wanted a lived-in universe, and that diverged from a lot of other science fiction type of movies at the time, where, you know, when people were in space, everything would be flashy and new. And then we had Star Wars, you know, in the 70s and 80s. And here's George Lucas with his, like, lived-in universe, like C-3PO with all his, like, dents and scrapes and stuff. And even, like, Luke's land speeder, right? It doesn't look like a brand new car, a brand new land speeder. It's definitely used. So same thing goes with lightsabers, and I think that's part of the appeal to Star Wars fans for having a weathered lightsaber. But what about, okay, if you contrast that with the prequel trilogy, where the prequel trilogy has kind of the shiny and new things. So do you guys think it's more appropriate to have an as first built by lightsaber, or kind of a brand new looking lightsaber, if it's an Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber from the prequels, or a Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber? Is it kind of strange if you would have a weathered version of either of those sabers? Whereas it would be very normal or commonplace to have a weathered Obi-Wan Kenobi style hilt like this. This is an MK1 from Roman Props. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are there certain eras where it's more appropriate to have a weathered lightsaber? Or what about just your own personal preference? I mean, this is a preference thing too. Some people would love to have a weathered Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber specifically. Other people probably would, regardless, you know, rather have a new looking lightsaber like this kind of Luke Skywalker style lightsaber from Saberforge Prodigal Son. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section.